Good morning, children. This is your BSc teacher Satyakam Rajput with a new subtopic, that is the last topic of organizing chapter, centralization and decentralization. In the last topic, you have studied about delegation. Now we'll continue with centralization and decentralization. Now if you see centralization and decentralization, first of all we'll try to understand the definition of decentralization, and before that the meaning. The organizations in which decision-making authority is shared with lower levels are termed as decentralized organization. That means in the organization where the decision-making powers are shared with lower down level is known as decentralization. So it is a systematic effort to delegate to the lowest level. I underline this, to the lowest level all authority except that which can be exercised at central point. So the key decisions are kept with the top management and the remaining decisions are downloaded, or the remaining decisions are remaining decision making power is shared with the lower down order, right? So the definition which is given by Professor Henry Fayol, it is written, everything that goes to increase the importance of the subordinates role is decentralization. So when the role of subordinates are increased, then that is decentralization. Means the role of subordinates increase means they have been given power to take decision. In this way, the increase in the importance of subordinate took place in case of decentralization. According to Professor Louis Allen, decentralization refers to the systematic effort to delegate to the lowest levels all authority except that which can only be exercised at central point. So this is what the definition of decentralization. Now centralization versus decentralization. Centralized means authority and decision making remains at the top of the organization. That means the decision making power is not, when it is not shared with the subordinates, it is kept in one hand, then that particular concept is termed as centralization, and the organization following this is termed as centralized organization. Okay. Now decentralized authority means decision making is delegated down to the lower level of management. The trend is towards more decentralized organization. Fine. Next, centralization and decentralization. Once again we'll see this. Centralization refers to the concentration of authority and responsibility for decision making in the hands of managers at the top of an organization, whereas decentralization refers to authority and responsibility for decision making being dispersed more widely downwards and given to the operating units, branches and lower level managers. Fine. Now importance. Let us see the importance of decentralization. The first one is it develops initiative among subordinates. Means when the decentralization is done, it develops initiative among the subordinates. How? Now it helps to promote the self-reliance and confidence among the subordinates. Since they have been given the power to take decision, it helps in promoting the self-reliance and the confidence among the subordinates. Now lower level learn to take decision under different situation. So they are in a position to take decisions under different situations. Now this type of policy helps to identify future leader. Now so this is what develops initiative among the subordinates. When the subordinates are given the power to take decisions, they initiates. Whenever a problem arises, they try to initiate. So this is the first importance of decentralization. Second importance is it develops managerial talents. So it play an important part in equipping subordinate with skills. So in case of decentralization, it equips the subordinates with the necessary skills, okay, which is required to develop them as a future manager. It gives them a chance to prove their ability and create a reservoir of qualified manpower. So the management is in a position to develop future talents and create a reservoir of qualified manpower. Fine. It is a mean of management education as well as opportunity for the trained manpower to use its talents in real life situation. So the subordinates, are in a position to become trained in different situation, different real life situation in an organization. Fine. The next importance is quick decision making. So we know that in a formal organization, there is a proper hierarchy which is to be followed. So while taking decision, it needs approval from the higher authority. So if the line of authority, line of communication is very long, then in that case it takes more time to take decision. In case of decentralization, it solves this particular problem. How? So this by doing decentralization, what happens? The decision making power are very close. Okay, means the decisions are taken at level which are nearest to the points of actions. Fine, and it does not need approval from many level. So the levels for taking approval is reduced by decentralization, which helps in quick decision making in the organization. Right. Next point, relief to the top management. How it relieves the top management? Since it diminishes the amount of direct supervision exercised by a superior. Okay, so the superior is not required to look into the every affair. Okay, in every nooks and corners, he is not required to see. Since the decision making powers are, it is downloaded, it is delegated to the lower down level. So there the people are there to take decision. So for each and everything, the top level management is not required to do or exercise supervision. Which allows more time for important policy decision making. So the top level management is available in this way only for the priorities, the most important thing which is necessary for the organization, right? The next importance is it facilitates growth. Now how decentralization facilitates growth? Now it allows different departments to function as per requirement, which ultimately fosters a sense of competition among them. So since there are different departments, these departments are working as a separate unit, and this fosters a sense of competition among them. Okay, so this ultimately leads to growth of the organization. The last importance is better control. Now the feedback from all level is received by the top management, which helps to analyze the variances, and it helps in improving the operation of the organization, thus leads to better control and administration. Okay, so these are the importance of decentralization. Now next we'll see the difference between centralization and decentralization, or centralization versus decentralization. Now you can see the basis: meaning, authority, suitable, and freedom. So these are all the basic differences. Now we'll see it point wise manner. We'll try to differentiate it in a point wise manner. The first one is related to the meaning. If we'll differentiate delegation and decentralization on the basis of meaning, then we'll see the delegation. It is the entrustment of responsibility and authority from one individual to another individual, whereas decentralization is a systematic delegation of authority in the organization. Okay. Second one, responsibility. Only duty and authority are delegated, but overall results remain with the superior. That means the accountability part remains with the superior in case of delegation, whereas in case of decentralization, we'll see executive relieved from the responsibility and subordinates become liable. So here, in case of decentralization, the accountability also shifts to the subordinates where the authority has been delegated. This is the basic difference between delegation and decentralization on the basis of responsibility, if we'll see. The next point is nature. So delegation is an individualistic approach, whereas decentralization is a totalistic under an organizational setup. So if we'll see an organizational setup, it is a totalistic approach, whereas delegation is an individualistic approach. If we'll see the next basis, effectiveness. Delegation is possible and effective in all organization, whereas decentralization is possible and effective in big organization. So this decentralization is very much necessary in case of big size organization. Okay. Next one, scope. Delegation is limited as it is individualistic, whereas decentralization is wider as it is an organizational approach. Fine. So this much in today's topic. Okay. Happy learning. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.